numbers for July, with only 73,000 jobs added. And monthly totals for May and June were revised down by a combined 258,000 jobs. Just hours after the jobs report was released, Trump ordered that the commissioner of the Bureau of Labor Statistics be fired. In a Truth Social post, Trump accused Dr. Erica McIntarfer without evidence of manipulating the monthly jobs report for political purposes. The president also claimed she faked the jobs numbers before the election to try and boost former Vice President Kamala Harris's chances of winning the election. The stock market also tumbled Friday following this latest data and President Trump's new tariff policies affecting almost every nation that he announced Thursday night. The Dow dropped 542 points, the biggest single-day drop in over a month. And the S&P and the Nasdaq also posted their biggest single-day loss since May and April, respectively. Now, following the revisions to May and June, the jobs report showed the weakest pace of hiring for any three-month period since the pandemic recession in 2020. So as we try to wrap our minds around these developments, Friday I sought out insight from an expert. I had a conversation with Paul Isley, the Associate Dean of Economics at GVSU. He says inaccuracies or inconsistencies in the numbers are not abnormal, and these kind of corrections are common. Isley says the Bureau of Labor Statistics already warned of delays and inaccuracies due to insufficient responses and staffing. And while the president may want someone fired for perceived political reasons, that's likely not what's happening.
We have fewer people to take the surveys. We have to get out and get the surveys. We have businesses that are having to adjust and do things to a very uncertain world. And so their priority isn't answering the survey. So instead of answering it right when they get it, it might come in a month later. And so as that additional information comes in, then the data gets revised.
Addressing the numbers specifically, Isley attributes the ability to track the numbers accurately to a shift away from traditional full-time employment towards a more flexible, on-demand model of work. But there are real forces fluctuating the numbers. Tariffs have had an impact on consumer confidence and economic slowdown. He noted that while inflation and economic slowdown were expected, their effects were less severe than anticipated.
In reality, we didn't expect to start seeing any effects of tariffs until June or July. That it was going to take several months before it started showing up in data about how it was affecting the economy. And so what we'll really be looking to now is we're just starting to see those numbers start to come into the data, and we expect that will propagate larger as we go into the fall.
As for the state of unemployment and hiring in Michigan, Isley says healthcare, education, and construction have been doing better than others, specifically manufacturing.
So we can see that it depends on what sector you're in. We also know that the weakness that we're seeing in the job market really hasn't been layoffs. So firms haven't really ticked up a lot in layoffs, but they haven't ticked up in hiring either. So that entry-level job to get into has been harder. And when people leave those middle-level jobs, they're not replacing them. And so that combination of things, if you're in a job, it's not so scary right now. If you're out of a job, there's not a lot of activity out there to find that next job.
According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, Michigan's unemployment rate from June sits at 5.3%, and they rank Michigan 48th out of 51. The only others with higher unemployment rates are California.